Well, this is the first of the video blogs for Free Yourself from Yourself. Dan Weintraub here, and filming before work on a Tuesday morning, February 14th, Valentine's Day. This works out well. Anyway, so the purpose of this ongoing video blog that I'm going to try and post every day is for you to participate in my process of trying to step back from feelings, emotions, responses, reactions, impulses, and to look at them, analyze them, identify them, so that I can, as a human being, to the best of my ability, not sabotage my own life. Anyway, so you get to participate, and you get to see my process. So let's just begin with the fact that it's Valentine's Day. And I've been dating, I'm divorced, almost 50 years old, and I've been dating a lovely woman for a few months now, a couple months, and we've been it's been a push-pull type of thing, where we're very close and very intensely close, and then we kind of pull back. And anyway, what I want to talk about with regard to her are the feelings that I have, and the what happens when there is my old maps, my old way of reading information, my old way of sensing the world, my old perceptions, my perceptions that may have served me well as a child when I was 8 or 9 years old, kick in when I'm 49. And I'll give you an example. When I went to overnight camp in the summer, oh my gosh, of 1973, I think it was the summer that Richard Nixon resigned, my father came to the camp at it was a month-long camp. I was very homesick. It was a month-long camp. And he came for Dad's weekend to hang out. And we slept in the car together, and we went fishing. We did all this stuff that we really didn't do when I was growing up. He was a busy man with work, and I was busy playing with my friends. But when he got ready to leave at the end of the weekend, I remember distinctly that deep, panicky feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I remember sprinting across the field at this camp to try and catch his blue Chevy Laguna, 1973 Laguna, as he drove away, leaving me there for 2 more weeks. And I remember that incredible homesick, panicky feeling that feels like there's no way to fix that or to help that feeling, a terrible sense of desperation. Okay, leap ahead now 35 years. And it's so interesting that when I am in a situation with this woman where, for example, we were going to go out to dinner tonight, and it's been, like I said, it's been a push-pull between us. And I got an email from her saying that she's really in a funk and kind of doesn't want to get together. And I told, like intellectually, I totally get it. Intellectually, I understand that she, as ever, all of us are trying to figure stuff out. So I emailed back, and I'm like, yeah, no worries, of course, I understand. That's the intellect. But the feelings are intense. The feelings of abandonment, the feelings of panic, the feelings of desperation. Now, here's one of the ways in which we sabotage I believe we sabotage our lives. We respond to the feeling and we react to the feeling without, excuse me, it is early in the morning and I am almost 50, and so I have that 50-year-old throat. Excuse me. We react to the feeling and we act. We send an email, or we send a text, or we demonstrate a sense of hurt in some passive-aggressive way, whatever. Maybe she texts me today and says, "Happy Valentine's Day, Dan," and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to text her back because I'm going to punish her for... There's this place between intellect, what we understand, awareness of who we are and what makes us feel the way we do, what generates certain feelings for us, and actually becoming and embracing and identifying with those feelings. In the 8 practices that I outline on my website here, one of the things I talk about in one of the practices has to do with the idea of not identifying with our feelings, not saying I am angry, I am sad, but being able to step back and saying, I wonder why the feeling of panic and desperation is visiting me right now. This is very interesting. Or, I wonder why the feeling of sadness is so palpable for me right now. Taking a step back and trying to observe and identify. Now, this is a very, Buddhist type of action, this idea of awareness. And a lot of the ideas of what I write about and what I'm going to talk about every day to you so that you can participate are a lot of those ideas are, some of them are Buddhist teachings. So that's what I'm dealing with today. What I'm dealing with today are a lot of panicky, anxious feelings, and what I'm trying to do is step back from those feelings and understand them intellectually, as objectively, as an observer, but not respond to them. And that's the key to, or at least one of the many, to not sabotaging our lives. I believe that we sabotage our lives when we have a feeling and we respond to it. When a feeling visits us and we identify with it, we say this must be a true feeling, this must be real, it must be, who we are, and then we respond to it. If I were doing that, I would write back to her and to this woman, and I would express my hurt and how not going out with me on Valentine's Day is very hurtful. But of course it's not. That's silliness. She is figuring out her life. I'm figuring out my life. She's a wonderful human being. I understand that she's on a journey of awareness. I'm on a journey of awareness. The key to not sabotaging our lives is understanding that, stepping back, recognizing the feelings, sitting with the feelings, observing the feelings, feeling the feelings, but not responding to them, not reacting to them, not calling them the truth, and then using them as the springboard for actions, right? That's the key, to be able to observe, but not to then react to the feelings. So today, February 14th, 2012, I'm feeling very panicky and homesick. I'm having a lot of, I want to call this woman, I want to text her, I want to email her, and yet I understand that this is an old feeling from 35 years, 40 years ago, things that happened when I was little, and it's not my truth. It is a feeling, but it's not something that I need to act upon. That I can not act, if in not acting upon it, I can stop the self-sabotage. Okay, happy Valentine's Day. See you tomorrow.